Hey you guys, so in part one, I ended off where my aunt came to my house after she had found out that I cut my arm open, and I ended up in the hospital. So yeah, so I ended up in the hospital. I didn't think nothing of it. Like I was in the ambulance or whatever, and I wasn't talking. Like the EMT came to me, and my head was just down. Like, you know when you feel so ashamed, and I felt ashamed but numb at the same time. Like, and me, like, if I feel like if I start to get a real huge sense of shame, I'm not making no eye contact with nobody. Like, I'm not looking at you. So, and I felt numb because it was just like, whatever. So the EMT came. She was talking to me. Hi, is everything okay? What are you feeling right now? Such and so we get down. Yeah, so she was asking me questions and stuff like that, and I was not answering her. And I'm from the Caribbean. You don't answer an adult, you're rude. All of that went out the window though. I wasn't thinking about none of that. So she's asking me questions, and I'm just like, and at the time my aunt had came and this is whatever. My aunt came and she had put something and she was applying pressure so like keep the blood, whatever. I'm not a health major. Keep the blood situated, or whatever. And then I got to the hospital and they stitched me up and they admitted me to the psychiatric ward at the hospital. I didn't think nothing of it, y'all. I thought I was gonna be there for maybe a day. Mind you, my cut was real deep. It was deeper than all the other kids who was there who cut themselves. Like, other kids had cuts, and I'm like, oh yeah, so how much stitches you got? I had 7 stitches. But, so, I'm thinking nothing of it. And I'm like, I'm not here to make no friends. I see all the kids in the lobby talking, having little kumbaya sessions and junk, like, and my mindset is, I'm not here to make friends. Face straight. I go in my room and I'm sleeping days. I'm not going to no groups, nothing. But then the therapist comes in, my assigned therapist, and she comes and she's talking to me or whatever. She's just trying to find out information, find out back history, stuff like that. And then the day comes and she tells me, she's like, yeah, according to what we found out and like the information you've given us, you have something called borderline. And I'm not thinking nothing of it because I'm like, borderline, what is that? She's like, it means that you have a heightened sensibility or something like that. And it's just, you feel things much more deeply than the average Joe Schmo. So it's kind of like, it's in a way it's like, in a way it's like bipolar disorder. But with bipolar disorder, right, the wavelengths goes like this. Like, it's really deep and far apart. Like, you will have a really high week, month, and then a really low week or month. With borderline, it's like boom, 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 boom. Like, the frequency is much more faster, if that makes sense. It's like, so you have a really high sense of the difference between the two though is with bipolar disorder, you have periods of mania, which means like you ain't sleeping for days, you got mad energy, da da da, like, oh my god. But with borderline personality disorder, it's just like when you're happy, you're super happy. When you're sad, the end of the world is near. But yeah, so I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I didn't know it was borderline personality disorder until I go to a group and it's a music group or whatever, and it was mad corny singing songs and in a circle, but you know, I grew to love it. And the man said something about borderline personality. I'm like, excuse me, sir, is borderline the same thing as borderline personality disorder? He said yes. I ran out of the room. I ran out of the room crying. I was like, oh hell no. I said, this is not me. I don't belong here. I'm like, I don't belong here. These kids have real issues. Like, and I felt for them. Like I was like, nah. And that's something that I do that's really bad. Like I invalidate my feelings all the time. I look for validation from others and I invalidate myself. It's weird, but so yeah, I ran out the room. I was like, oh hell no. I don't got no borderline personality. What? I'm a regular person. I'm just sensitive. I feel sad sometimes. And so yeah, I found that out. And they didn't even tell me I had depression. They was just giving me depression meds. I found I had depression afterwards when I went to outpatient treatment. And like, yo, y'all, it's real. Anyone who has a mental disorder can tell you, like, you be thinking like you alright. You thinking like, maybe it's in my head, like, I don't need these meds. Even though you going good with the meds, right? You going good with the meds for a week, 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 months, whatever. You be going real good with the meds, right? And you be like, nah, I don't really need it. Maybe it's in my head. Like, I don't think it's working. It's just me. I'm good. I've done that 3 times so far. I don't plan to do it again, but I've done it 3 times. And I get off the meds. And I'm a different person. Completely different person. In the sense where anything bad happen, oh, the world is over. I'm hopeless. I don't need to live anymore. My existence means nothing. Like, it's really serious. Like, having these disorders, you need to stay on your meds. Like, and we don't even be realizing that. Our family, they see it because they on the outside looking in, and they get frustrated with us because it's like, why are you not taking your meds? Take your meds. It's helping you. What is wrong with you? Like, and like, you be thinking like, no, I don't need it. It's in my head. I'm good. You really, it's crazy because you would think after the first slip up, I'll be like, yeah, I learned my lesson. I need the meds. Second time, I learned my lesson. Nope. It has happened, and it happens all the time. But like, so finding out that I had depression, I guess it opened my eyes, because it helped me realize why I've been feeling the way I've been feeling. Because even before the breakup, like years, and I'm gonna say, like, stuff has happened in the past where when I was younger and I would cut up myself and stuff like that, but like ever since ending up high school, I had never been the same again, y'all. In high school, I was doing assemblies, I was captains of teams, even in college, I was always an A+ student, 4.0. Like, I always did that academically. But after high school, I lost myself. Like, I ain't ever been the same again. The ambition, it's embedded in me, but it's crazy. Like, finding out that I had depression, though, it made things a little bit easier, because it was just like, I would always beat myself up like, damn, why you so stupid? Why you care about what people think? Like, why everything gotta get to you? You crying for no reason. Like, I used to really beat myself up. Like, I hate that about myself, that I'm so sensitive. But like, it's the way it is, And it could also be because it could be, you know how people say, like, it could be passed down into 2 generations, but it can also be, the nature versus nurture thing, right? So it could be nature, because my dad, I don't know if he had depression, but he hung himself. He committed suicide. And it could be nurture, because me and my sister, we grew up really differently. So we grew up, we had to like raise our siblings, at a very young age. So we kind of, had to figure it out and do things on our own. And really, like, we had to be grown really young at like 10, changing diapers, trying to do snow. Like, and sometimes when family say like they not gonna put up with you for a little bit or whatever. So we grew up having to raise our siblings, in turn kind of having to grow up real real fast. And so my sister grew up with the mentality, you know, like F everybody, I don't need nobody for nothing. And I grew up the complete opposite of that. So it could be that playing into how things went for me, and it could also be my father, you know, and it could just be a biological thing too, like, so I don't even know. But I will say, finding out that I had depression, it opened up my eyes, and yeah, it gave me some clarity, a little bit of peace of mind. But y'all, having depression is no joke, because the thing is, when you have depression, you feel like everything in your life is hopeless. Like, it's straight dark, and in no way of seeing no light. No matter how much times your family or your friends try to point out, like, yo, Toya, like, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's right there. Like, it's right around the corner. Like, are you kidding me? 2 more steps. Like, let's go. Come on, pick it up. Like, you can't see that junk. Like, in your mind, it's pitch black, and you in a corner by yourself, weighed down by a ton of bricks. Like, there's no getting up. You can't even feel your legs to get up. And that's another thing, like, with having depression, like, your family and your friends, they get frustrated with you, and, you know, sometimes they're like, you see me, I give up. Like, she don't want to try, I can't, you know. And I get that, because everybody, you know, people are human. Everybody has, like, a point where they're just like, yo, see me, I got to figure it out, whatever. But that's why going to therapy is really important. Taking your medication is really important, and having a good support system, you know. I've had a lot of losses in my life as far as, like, relationships and stuff go, but I'm really grateful to the people who are in my life and who support me and who encourage me. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the friends who just comment on my Instagram stuff, or like, my friends be, some of my friends, they're so sweet. They'll be in my DMs, and they'll just be like, yo, I can't wait for everything to manifest in your life. Like, you really gonna make it. Like, you talented. Like, yo, a simple heart eyes under my post. Y'all don't understand. Like, I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all. So just know, like, and I have to take this for myself too. Things do get better, but the recipe for success is simple, but it's not easy. And I heard that on a TED Talks. It's simple. Put in effort, put in work, put in the footwork, put in the groundwork. It's not easy though. You got to get up and do things that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? When you feel like, with depression, you feel like you just want to lay in bed all day, you got to force yourself. But, you know, in the end, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. And yeah. So I'm going to have so much more. Like, I think I'm going to make this a series, because it's so much more that I can say about this and stuff that's happened in my life. And I just want to speak my truth. You know, being Caribbean, they always say, like, hush, you know, don't tell the family secrets. But, like, forget that. Like, no, I'm sorry. Me hushing my mouth is only killing me slower and slower inside. Like, no, I'm not doing that. So I'm here to speak my truth. I'm here to connect with you guys, and I'm here to get it out so I can put it past me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe and like and share this video if you can relate to it. It means a lot to me. And yeah, just stay blessed and beautiful, and have a lovely day, guys. Bye.